I have a 1962 90% silver quarter right here. And this will be my next coin ring. And I just got it in. And this is where it was purchased from. This order is from a friend of the channel. And he wanted me to make this at size 11. Now, this coin can be a little tricky, and let me tell you why. The 1962 quarter is not made like the 1995 or the 1982 or a recent coin here, 2018. The difference is the relief. The bust of George Washington, it comes off a little bit thicker than the newer coins, such as this 2018 and beyond, even the 2025 coins. The relief is not as high on these coins, but on the 1964 and before, you can see George has a little thickness. That bust comes up a little bit. Let me see if I can show you. You see how much that relief comes up? So when it comes down to coin ring making, it makes it kind of difficult to get an even coin ring. Sometimes it splits because you have a thick portion that's in the middle and then the thin portion. So it's harder to make these rings more, what do you call it? The word I'm trying, in symmetry, because you have to focus on making sure that it's folded correctly. And when it's folded correctly, you have to make sure that you have no tears or micro tears. So these coins, in my opinion, the 1962 and earlier, are harder to make into coin rings than the older, the more present coins, like what I have here, because you can see the difference in the relief. Now, what I wanted to share in this video was some of the ways that I keep this coin from ripping when I'm making it a bigger size coin ring. Like this one has to be a size 11. Now, what you have in front of you here are the sizes of punch. Not every coin ring punch has the ability to go from 3/8 to 9/16. But this is my first punch here, and this one could only go to a half a punch. So I was pretty limited on what I could do when I just had this punch, okay? So after some years, I invested in this one, and this one allows me to change the punch, which allows me to put different size centered holes in the coins, as you see here. Let's start here, the 3/8. That's a smaller punch, and the size of the coin will be a thicker band. As you see, you'll have more space for the band. So I would kind of make this one for smaller rings, okay? But guess what won't happen? You have less risk of ripping the coin because you have so much surface, okay? But this is what I use when I want to make smaller coin rings. Then the next size, which is pretty standard, is the 7/16. Let's look at the size of this one here. So you see that the punch is a little bigger. And on this coin, you see that you have a little bit less area to work with. What I didn't show you is the reverse side of the 3/8. Let's go back here. You see how much more of the eagle that you have? Let's do this. Let's do a comparison. All right, see how much more of the eagle you have here compared to what you have here? You know, so if the customer wants a reverse side coin ring with more detail of the reverse side, I would probably do it in a 3/8. As you see, more of the bird, the eagle, is shown. Okay, so that's the difference, especially when it comes down to the punch. You see the punch here, right? And look at the difference in the size when it's a 7/16. You got more of George Washington's head there, right? Okay, so you have your choice when making a coin ring, but if you want to ensure that your coin doesn't rip when it's time to make it a bigger size, it's all about the punch. This is the first part. You want to make sure that you pick the correct punch, okay? So we see here, this is a 1/2 punch. You see that punch is a lot bigger. And then you see less of George's head in this punch, and also less of the eagle. Well, this one doesn't have the eagle. I'm sorry, this is a 2018. So a slight different, but less of the punch. And you have less of an area here, but you have a thinner band. So it all depends on what the customer wants. If you want a thinner band, I would pick the 1/2 punch. All right. So let's go to the 9/16, which is definitely a thicker hole there, a bigger punch. And look how much coin, as you see the difference there. And you see that you got less area. So you would have to be careful. This would be a thinner coin ring. Okay. And less of the eagle will be shown. So there's different ways that the same coin can look differently when made into a ring. And look how much of the punch you can make into a pendant. Okay. So I just wanted to share to you some techniques or ways that I use to make coin rings different. When I want to ensure that this ring will get to a size 11, I will pick one of these punches. I'm leaning on the 1/2 punch, or I may even try the 9/16, because let me show you another example. We have here the thicker band that shows a little bit more of the ring. I use a 3/8 here on this one here. And you see that this is for a smaller ring. So around 6.5. I used this one, the 7/16, and it was allowed. You see the band is a little thinner. Okay. And I use a 7/16 on this one as well, and the band got to a size 8. And this one was a 1/2, and you see that the band is a lot smaller, right? It's a lot less detail on this one here, and these are just all practice rings. So in order to get it close to an 11, I probably would have to use a 1/2 punch to stretch it out to here. So what I like to do is practice that before I actually use the coin that I make a ring into. So let's go into that. Okay. 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 So I took this coin here, which is not 90% silver, but it is a clad coin that I used a 1/2. And also I could use a 9/16 punch. But I'm gonna do a 1/2 on this coin here. And with that, I will have enough space here to display the coin ring, and also I can get it to its desired size of 11 without any problems, as long as I use a lot of heat to anneal the coin, and then I can stretch it to the size 11 using this punch. Okay, the 1/2 punch, and I also should have about this much of the punch left to give to the customer, and I'll probably make a pendant out of it to send to them as well. All right, so stay tuned for the video. I'll be making a video of this process. I just wanted to explain that there are different size punches that you could use in order to accomplish making a coin ring with a difficult coin like this, because this coin usually loses shape by when you fold it. It starts to get a little wonky because the way of the relief and surface of this coin compared to the newer coin quarters. So just wanted to share this information. I hope it helped. Let me know in the comments on your techniques to ensure that your coin doesn't split. Now, along with, also, you have to use sandpaper. You have to deburr this. You also have to use sandpaper on the coin rings. You want to make sure that you sand the area to make sure that there's no micro tears, and you also want to make sure that you anneal. But this is the initial step. I want to ensure that I have enough surface on the coin to meet the required ring size. Smaller rings, smaller punches. Not saying you can't get this coin ring to a size 11. You probably can. But I want to ensure that there's no rips or tears in the ring. So let me know in the comments your technique, and I'll definitely respond and probably make it in the video. All right, take care. This is JT from JT Coin Rings, where I talk coin rings and all things precious metals. Thank you so much for trusting me with your coin, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.